real quick, man, I got my friend's, what is this, a Dodge, is this a Charger? Yeah, it's a Charger, like a 07 model. Yeah, Charger. Okay, the trunk won't let up electronically anymore. Okay, you can use the key, you can push the button, nothing happens. So, what I suspect is, pretty much an open circuit, man. I mean, as a harness, in order for something to be electronically controlled, unless it's Bluetooth, you have to have wires going to it to send power, current flow, and ground to a motor to operate. So I happen to think there's a break. Whoa, look at this. Well, that was easy. That was an easy find. Okay, out of all these wires, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only, out of all these wires, there's only 2 still connected. So as you know, this flexes up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, this routes all the way through the hood. Okay, now you can replace this harness. So it goes all the way up through here, all the way up through here. So yeah, but I don't want to do all that, okay? And we're trying to keep the repair cost very low. So what I'm going to do is wind up using a razor blade, digging down there, chasing down the open wires, and simply solder them back together, man. This is what you do when you're trying to, like I say, keep the cost down low. So I'm going to need a good razor blade, because I guarantee that's broke somewhere right along in here. Okay, see, if these was broke, I can merely pull the harness out through here and just do it that way, make the repair that way. In fact, I hope I can see, I can't even slide this down, and I don't want to cut these 2 just to get the whole harness out. So I merely need a razor blade, something sharp that will let me cut inside of here and solder these together. But this is the problem right here, guys, and I'm sure the broken wires are the same color, so you merely have to shave off ends of this, put them together, solder them together. Some people butt connect them together, but I like to use solder. It's really your preference, man. I mean, they both will work. A lot of people swear by the solder, a lot of people swear by the butt connectors. Whatever floats your boat and gonna keep that connection good, nice and sealed and weather tight and all that good stuff, then you should be fine either way you go. Okay, I can't seem to drag that other piece of that harness out here, so I need a razor blade to cut right through here. All right, guys, give me a second. Well, actually, I don't even have my solder gun, so what I'm gonna do is all right, I'm gonna take a quick break. When I come back, I'm gonna have a razor blade so I'm gonna show y'all how to splice up in here and still maintain the flexibility. Okay, so you want to make a nice clean cut, and we're gonna solder these wires together and get this electric trunk back to working again, guys. All right, stay tuned, don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Here's where we left off at, guys. Remember, we trying to fix this electric trunk. And before I can do anything, all I did was pull down on this, and these broken wires were exposed. Okay, so that tells me that we have an open circuit. Now I was trying to fish this out so I can get a hold to the broken wires to essentially solder these back together. What we're gonna have to do is solder these back together and try to reroute this away so it won't flex so much, bend, and come loose again. Now we're gonna need a razor blade. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to cut a very thin cut right through here so I can go fish out the broken wires. I should be able to put that back in with no problem. I mean, it's not going to be fully contacted, but it will contact enough to lock into place. Okay, now in some cases, like this case, you will not have, I will try, let's see something, because some cases you might have to add some wire just to get it get the length correct. Okay, you'll need a pair of wire cutters, I mean. So let's get a piece of that off. You don't need much. What I'm gonna do is solder these back together and use a piece of heat shrink to seal it off. Now I'm only gonna do one for this demonstration because it's starting to get dark and I'm running out of light. But you see the picture, you see what needs to be done. Okay, see, if I try to pull this up together, I will essentially, well, I have room. Okay, all right, let's try it that way, guys. Just closing it up a little bit. Yeah, that's not too bad. So like I say, try to use some heat shrink tube. Some people like to use the other way, butt connectors, whatever works for you. Now with heat shrink tube, you will need a heat gun or some way to put heat to this to seal it off. So I'm gonna set that right in there. Wow, I am fighting for space. Let me cut this some more, guys. Now, because this is a friend of mine car, I'm not being extra careful. Okay, I'm not. If this is a customer's car, I will be doing this a lot more professional. All right, see, I'm just gonna slide the heat shrink tube over there, connect these together, fire up my solder gun, and we gonna solder this thing together. I'm gonna do one on camera and the other two off camera. I just wanted y'all to see. Well, it wasn't much of a diagnosis, was it? Well, at least you know what it look if you have this problem, okay? I'm sure it's pretty much any car, okay? Any kind of wiring harness that do a lot of flexing is exposed to wiring harness coming apart, just open circuits. You know, I found that a lot in with door wiring harness, especially a driver door. That door gets the most work, so it tends to have broken wires through there all the time. Now I'm trying to zoom in on that, but you see how I got that twisted together. Now it's time for some heat shrink tube. All right, I have some rosin core solder here. I got my old trusted beat up gun right here. Y'all give my gun a break. It's an old Craftsman from a long time ago. It gets the job done. Okay, I'm gonna put a little heat to this, and we're gonna put the heat to the wire, and of course add the solder. The goal is make this weather tight seal. We don't want. All right, guys, I got that solder sealed up. Now what I'm gonna do is put my heat shrink tube right over it or anything like that. Just close it in with your finger so it can melt that a little bit, because you now have to get some form of heat. Okay, some people use a cigarette lighter. I tend to use a heat gun, which you should use. Okay, but everybody don't have a heat gun, so you use what you have at your disposal. All right, guys, because I don't want to burn any part of the other harness, I just want to route these wires out of the way of the heat, so only this will be receiving the heat. Okay, let's get it. All right, guys, y'all see that? That is now weather tight seal. Okay, just like it was never broken. But like I say, I'm gonna do the other. Wow, it's three more. I'm gonna do the other three off camera, but once I get all those together, I'm gonna try to close this convolute. I think that's what they call this. Close it up real good. I put a little tape on it and reroute it to where it won't bend so much. It's gonna be hard to do because this is the way it was designed at the factory. Okay, but I will have my contact back and my electric horn using the remote, and the push button switch inside should work again. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna end this video right here. Y'all got the point. If your trunk or anything like that will not work, go back here to your wiring harness. Any wire related, you got to find out which part of the harness that flex the most. In this case, it's the flex convolute down on this end. If you pull it apart and find broke wires, you essentially have an open circuit. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next video.